accuracy. High random. Okay.
This is a tournament lobby, sorry.
Yeah. You can watch us on twitch.tv/
So
Terra Incognita.
oh yeah, I should have done that, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
But yeah, never mind. So ESPR apparently beat Classy in round 1 according to Philothanic in chat. Classy made it close but had a few mistakes. So should be a really good game.
Well, you know, a few mistakes could cost your game.
Yeah.
It's those games that that are really tight, that are really fun to play and watch. When both players like few % off to buying out each other, that's really the excitement. Where the excitement is.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's you do get those moments in Offworld sometimes. You get plays where it is just a couple of seconds between them, and it's really exciting.
Especially those times with a Leno tag that plays a role, that is very exhilarating.
Yep, should be a good rematch between the two of them indeed. Just waiting on Relic to ready up, and we'll be good to go for game number 3. Okay, let's go. All right, very warm welcome to game number 3 of Group C of the 4th Newcomers tournament in Offworld Trading Company. This one is between Zorbaz, ESPR, Relic, and Classy. An interesting game to come because ESPR currently leading this tournament. He's on 2 wins. Relic and Classy both on 1 win apiece, and Zorbaz yet to get off the mark on 0. Alongside me for this one, once again in this tournament, is Hexapus. So welcome to him. And what do you make of this map, Hex?
Quite interesting. The resources are not too crowded. I mean, too concentrated. You have some god town in the southwest, but there's no water. A scientist there is okay.
Ooh.
Oh, 2 scientists. Like actually, I would find robot or expensive over those 2.
Yeah, I think so too. And it seems like there's a couple of very marginal scientists that have gone down. Relic and Classy both going with the no water adjacency with that scientist. ESPR going with those with the combo tiles in the middle of the map. Zorbaz also going with combo tiles. I think I prefer both of these robot founds to either of the science founds that we see in the north of the map. But something else about this map.
There's coal sample.
It's a glass colony. It's a glass colony, and there's only 3 silicon tiles.
But there's coal sample. There's coal sample, so it's not that bad.
It's not that bad, but it's still something though. It's gonna be an important thing to have access to in the long term, and I think that's going to be make it a little bit difficult for Zorbaz to get into those markets. It might not matter. He might get enough of a lead from these early combo tiles. In fact, he really should have paid more attention to what these combo tiles are.
Yeah, he should find right next to the combo tiles.
Yeah, he really needed to.
Yeah.
Instead, he didn't do that. ESPR though he's getting 3 aluminum a second, 3 iron a second from his found, and is also going into a bunch of steel. And steel at the moment is really what you need to be getting into.
Going on into one single solar panel.
Little water patch here between the 2 scientists. 2 farms coming down from Classy, 3 farms coming down for Relic, all of them
Oh,
remote.
if I
They
were,
are magnetic storms. I wonder if we're going to see any this game. This
yes,
would be the game for it.
yep, EMP,
Because
and then you can hurt
$150
both of
food.
them at the same time. One EMP and then
Yeah, well,
magnetic storm. Oh, an EMP coming. Too bad there's no
EMP.
magnetic storm. I mean, the cooldown just didn't allow it. But if he just
Yeah,
waited for
yeah.
magnetic storm, it would be glorious.
That's the thing to do, isn't it? You get the magnetic storm, and there's a Marsquake as well.
Yeah.
Going to make all of those things that were already valuable even more valuable as we get later into this game. ESPR, interestingly, going into chems, which is okay. It's not amazing, honestly. It's not going to be sustainable either because there's not too much pressure on that chem price, and the fuel price is also going to go up as well.
He actually could have went for power. Would be a pretty good choice.
Yeah, I think I would have preferred power to chems right here. EMP coming down on Relic's, on Classy Steel from Relic. Meantime, Zorbaz ahead of everybody in upgrades, and this is
that's
he's
good.
in a good position at the moment.
Especially when once you
he is
get to
making that
HQ3, you can get into power while everyone's still stuck on HQ2. You get the first crack the power, which is very nice.
Yeah, we're going to see the geotherm, and it is an expensive geotherm because steel's very high, but I think it will be worth it. What are all of these claims here? Whoa, these claims across the map from Zorbaz.
Oh, Zorbaz.
Right in the northern, right on the northern edge of the map, just above Classy's HQ. Zorbaz has claimed 3 tiles.
I don't think that's a good idea.
No, I don't think so either. I don't really even know what he's going to do with them because he can't afford to put wind turbines down. I don't understand what they are going to be. One of them is going to be a water pump.
Probably he's going for a 1 water pump and 2 solar panel.
Maybe.
So
It's not good though. He's going for a solar panel right next to his base as well. In fact, 2 solar panels right next to his base.
Those 2 are just unused tiles for now.
So again,
I think that he's missing
this power situation. The SPR wanting to go into those 2 geotherms that are nearby his base.
But still, it's just too expensive. It's not viable for him.
Yeah, it's too expensive right now. He is getting that carbon, and he's going to be able to sell that down. He's also got the aluminum to sell down if he wants to as well. He does have the money to do it, and I think it is something that he will want to do. They're close enough to his base that he can get adjacency from those geotherms, which I think is going to be quite important. But maybe not just yet. In the meantime, Classy going for those 3 wind turbines, but he wasn't able to goon the middle one. And Relic says, thank you very much. That was blind, though, although no goons have been purchased yet. So he knew it wasn't gooned. He knew the
EMP
middle one.
right now,
No
that
adjacency
would
for
be
Classy.
very nice. Like you freeze the free power, you freeze the Relic as well. And EMP would be perfect situation. Is it good?
Absolutely.
Classy by good?
It would.
Probably for his pattern out. Yeah. Classy.
Yeah, he put the goon down on his pattern lab, which is also hologrammed. I don't think anybody knows about it, but it is going to be teleportation for Classy, which is going to be quite good. He is a scientist. He does have those remote claims that he needs to be profitable. Oh, and that was Zorbaz's plan. He was planning to core sample for water, which he has now done with those 2 remote claims. But that's such a long way across the map, and the shipping cost here with power being so high, $325 per second shipping costs for Zorbaz for that 1 high water tile. It is going to be profitable, but my goodness, it's burning a lot of power money.
Well, for one thing, for using a core sample, which a lot of players doesn't notice, is that you should really try to look around your base to find some possible water location. For Zorbaz, right? Just northwest to his base, there's some lake bed here.
Yeah, I mean there must have been some. There must have been some.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I think we asked Soren to fix this. We would rather a close 90% water than some very far
Yeah,
away.
I mean, there's
97.
a lake bed. There's a lake bed just northwest of him.
Yeah, so if
Uh,
you went for that one,
yeah, I
then
mean,
it
it would
would be a
certainly be.
reasonable,
It would
much
certainly have
better.
got some water.
Yeah.
Patent Labs, though, 3 of them now up. Relic going for carbon scrubbing. Classy's first to HQ, second to HQ4 behind Zorbaz, but is in the carbon scrubbing now. Does have that teleportation, and Classy, I think, is in quite a good position. Although again, it's a relatively close game. It wasn't an ideal science situation for him.
Really, it's gonna beat Classy to carbon swapping. That's gonna be big
Yep, he is.
on a map
That's
with
going to
no
be
carbon.
important because carbon is very
Oh,
awkward.
one carbon.
Nobody really down here in this dry ice where Zorbaz is, and so is ESPR. But again, Relic and Classy don't have access to that carbon at all, and they really need it. Zorbaz going for all sorts of claims, and yeah, he's core sampling some silicon.
Like, I don't know what to say to Zorbaz. Like, you can't claim tiles like this. It's gonna ruin you.
And yeah, his now that we have the shipping lanes back, we can see, and the shipping lanes for Zorbaz, it's like a rainbow, isn't it? There's so much coming in, all of this water, all of this silicon, all of this carbon. He's how much is he burning? He's got 20 freighters in the air right now, and that's before those silicon are at full capacity. So he's just going to be burning so much power. Even with those solar panels, it's not going to cover his power costs from getting all of that stuff through the air.
Yeah. Like, especially for the carbon claims, right? You're on dry ice. When you're on dry ice, you don't need to carbon. You don't have to claim carbon unless you're a scavenger. There's really no good reason to claim carbon. But
so Zorbaz again with that core sample, getting himself another medium water. That's a long way away, and again he's going to go and put a water pump on it, and it's going to be even more shipping for Zorbaz. So much shipping.
I see the magnetic storm. That makes me happy.
Much shipping. ESPR now making power money, and to be honest, this might even be sustainable power money because Zorbaz can't really cover his power cost, even with these 3 solar panels and the geotherm not covering his power cost. 26 freighters now in the air for Zorbaz. Way too much.
And really doesn't have enough power either. Well, just 2 solar panels. I'm surprised that's covering.
Yeah. So ESPR again making that power money is getting quite a bit a second, 300 a second.
Oh, Zorbaz going for
geotherm.
The geothermal.
Another geotherm.
Getting even more depth.
Well, I mean, it's more depth, but it will fix his shipping costs.
It will, but
oh dear. Don't really know what to say at this point. So let's take a little bit of stock here. So Classy is first, well, again, second behind Zorbaz to HQ5. And with the scientist advantage, does have also the patent advantage. He's got slant drilling, he's got that teleportation, has nanotech as well. So Classy in a very strong position. ESPR though with a lot of money, 126,000 in his resources. He's got thinking machines that he's working on right now, and this oxygen launch is not only high, it's a $550 oxygen launch, which is high, but it's also easy for him to make oxygen with these solar condensers. So that's a sustainable high launch if he can get an Offworld up in short order with that thinking machines. That's going to do wonders for him in the late game.
Yeah.
Also in that optimization center, gets to the HQ5 as well.
That's a very good choice with high prices in reactors, chem, electronics, and glass. An optimization center is frankly it's a very good choice, especially with 2 scientists. You can't beat 2 scientists to patents.
Yeah, I mean, and
so,
he's making all of these chems, which is going to make sure that the optimization center is sustainable. And in fact, Classy gets the thinking machines instead. So I hadn't realized that Classy was actually ahead of him in that thinking machines, and Classy gets it instead, and that's going to be really important for him.
Well, you know, if you don't have the thinking machine, right? You might as well put your Offworld on at the colony.
Yeah,
to get the bonus.
Warehouses at the colony. So if you can put your thinking machine, if you can put your Offworld there, then you will get a bonus. And it really doesn't matter if you don't have thinking machines that it's not next to your base. Everyone now HQ5. That was a little bit of a risky upgrade from Relic. He could defend himself though. And
Well,
Relic,
I
honestly,
think it's a risk worth taking.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
Yeah.
he needed to. But again, he doesn't have that teleportation. He doesn't have all of those other advantages that Classy has. Doesn't have any advanced buildings at all, in fact. So no optimizations. Only the carbon scrubbing for a patent. So Relic really running some way behind in this game. Amazingly, Zorbaz is running a power surplus, despite having 28 freighters in the air.
Well, he have 3 solar panels, 1 geotherm.
Incredible.
I think he also.
I really want to see a magnetic storm on all of this as well.
Oh, really? Really did it earlier today. I mean, earlier this game.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
In which case, I want to see another one. Because it's going to be super good. Classy is in 4 optimization centers. That seems like a lot of optimization centers.
Somewhat thick, right? Are they all real?
Oh. Classy is building a 3rd and a 4th optimization center right now.
Wow.
Which,
that's hardcore.
With these prices, I mean, it is hardcore. Full marks for commitment, but
well, he has nanotechnology, right?
Overcommitment.
He has nanotechnology, so he can put down the optimization for now and swap them out for Offworld later when he has the money.
Yeah, I mean, he can do that. But again, just the amount of money or the amount of time that it takes to build those optimization centers, I mean, it seems like a big overcommitment. But in any case, he has done that, and it might work out for him. As you said, with that nanotech, does have the ability to get those electronics back. Electronics at $400.
So ESP, I'll figure out that really is the biggest threat. I mean, Classy is the biggest threat, and attack with
Classy is the biggest threat.
Yeah.
Yep. I think so.
Yeah, with all the patents.
Those chem refineries. ESPR has a lot of chems stored up, so might be looking to crash that price quite soon. And Classy going into Relic now, seeing that weakness. Relic not really able to defend himself very well. And again, just getting that optimization center down now, doesn't have any advanced buildings other than that, only has carbon scrubbing as a patent. So it's difficult for him really to make the same amount of money that Classy is going to be making, despite Classy devoting 4 of his claims to optimization centers. But ESPR, with that cash lead, is buying into his own stock as well, which I'm not sure that I'm a huge fan of. He does have those optimizations as a late game advantage.
You should try to get to an Offworld as soon as possible, especially with hologram. You can try to hire a Offworld at your base, and then try to hire one at the colony. That's probably the best bet for him.
So here is a tile that is a really good Offworld for somebody.
I will actually put a optimization center there just
building an Offworld as well.
That's the right call. That's definitely the right call.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Unfortunately, it's spied out. ESPR does have a spy on it. And Relic, in fact, gets that tile.
also have a mutiny goon stored up, so it will, if he's not careful, it will be a ESPR.
Yeah.
That's
the money play right here. That's the money play. Has the mutiny, has the goon,
and he can buy a network virus.
Do that. Zorbaz not gooning his Offworld just yet. It's at 50%, so I wonder if we're going to see that mutiny goon. That's going to be a lot of money over to ESPR if he can pull that off. 112,000 for these 2 launches, if he can get them off in pure profit.
It's a bit strange that really keep on attacking Zorbaz. I mean, magnetic storm is good, but you know, it's not helping your situation because it's Classy who's attacking you, not Zorbaz.
So more people going into Offworlds. Classy going into one. ESPR also going into one. I'm trying to see who's got what spied out. Nobody sees Classy's Offworld, And Classy sees ESPR's Offworld, which is really... I wonder if we're going to see Classy make a decisive move toward winning this game. Does have all of those optimizations as a scientist, with slant drilling, with teleportation, is now going to be making a ton of money. And I think, honestly, might be able to win this game. That was a Mutiny Goon, was it?
Was it?
Does Zorbaz have that? That was a Mutiny Goon.
No, yeah, that's a Mutiny Goon.
And I think Zorbaz bought a Goon instead. Is that right?
I kind of missed the action, so I'm not quite sure what happened there.
In fact, was it Classy that's mutinied away? Is that right?
Yeah,
I think that's right.
Really?
So yeah, Classy has mutinied Zorbaz's Offworld.
Oh,
yeah. So that's what happened. And
that really swing the game to Classy's advantage.
With the income that he has, I think it's going to be really difficult for anyone to take him down this game. ESPR did have that advantage, but just not quite enough of an advantage. Bought his own stock instead of possibly getting aggressive.
Yeah.
Didn't have enough late game.
I think at that point, right, especially with Classy going to Relic, you can use that point opportunity to build two Offworlds. Try to build one economy, try to build one New York base, and then once you have the Offworld up, you can buy yourself quickly, and then hopefully Relic and Classy will fight out, and then you you keep black marketing Classy to prolong the fight, and that's how you could come back.
So Classy and yeah, these optimizations, so many optimizations for for Classy, sorry, as Rahi points out in chat. All of these food, all of this oxygen, all of these chems and glass and electronics, all of them making so much money. And he's actually almost at the buy now of Relic. Relic didn't get the better of the scientific battle, didn't get the patents that he needed, and really wasn't in those advanced buildings early enough to compete with Classy. And Classy now is going to be able to get that red button and take his first victim of this game. ESP are going to go into Zorbaz. He's going to win that battle, but again, he's going to be a long way behind Classy when the two of them finally duke it out.
Perhaps
this is interesting though.
Perhaps like Zorbaz is going to Classy. Perhaps he's trying to hint that, hey, don't go after me. Go after that guy.
Yeah. That's a way maybe for ESPR to get a big advantage. Is if Zorbaz goes into Classy and then ESPR can buy Zorbaz out, gets that stock for free, and that might be a big deal. ESPR now has control of 3 off-world markets.
And are the Mutiny Goon?
And yeah, Classy taking one of ESPR's off-worlds.
But ESPR took Zorbaz Offworld.
Yeah, so they each have 2 at the moment. But yeah, ESPR now splitting his attention between Classy and Zorbaz, which again feels to me like a little bit of a mistake. I might have tried to finish the buy on Zorbaz as soon as I possibly could, because Zorbaz has that stock in Classy as well.
Actually, I'll actually back out of Zorbaz and go into Classy, because if I manage to buy out Zorbaz, right, then I'll still be a step behind Classy. I mean, Classy has the subsidiary before me. If I go after a subsidiary, then that means going to the same path as he is. But you are a step behind. Then that means Classy will always be a step behind, in front of you, and you'll get bought out. So
yeah,
probably the right move for Classy. I mean, ESPR.
The thing that changes it is if Zorbaz buys more into Classy, which it seemed like he might do at some point, but yeah, he's not done. And yeah, he's got a second point in there. And ESPR might have been able to get to this by now. But even so, honestly, it's not going to be enough, because Classy is making too much money from his resources, too much money from all of his patents and his optimizations, too much money from Relic's subsidiary as well. And he's going to be cleaning this game up very, very soon indeed, despite the joint attack from ESPR and Zorbaz. So Zorbaz again buying that third pip into Classy.
Perhaps ESPR should sell out of Krasi and hope Sorbas would buy into him to get as much cash as
Yeah, I mean
possible.
there isn't much option for him at the moment.
Yeah.
He does have, because he can't buy into either ESPR or Classy. It's not going to happen. All of this electronics production as well for Classy, or for ESPR rather. It's going to be pretty good because he's got it optimized, but again, Offworld is where it's at right now. 800 that oxygen launch. Classy only 100,000 or so away from getting to the buy on ESPR. ESPR is actually not that far away either, given the help that he's got from Zorbaz. He's only 350,000 away, but that might not be enough. Classy though building a second Offworld.
That's a mistake, I think. I mean,
Yeah,
the
I
game
think it
probably
is
won't
too.
last long enough for a second Offworld to pay off, especially if steel is not being special cheap.
Yeah, I mean, if he wasn't, and he's just scrapped out of it and is building a patent lab instead. Patent lab, really?
No, that's a steel mill.
Okay.
It looks like a patent lab, but it's just a steel mill.
Oh, it's just a steel mill. Okay,
Yeah.
That's yeah, that makes sense. But Classy now has the money. Gonna have the buy very soon indeed. There's the red button, and he takes out ESPR, and is not going to take too much longer, I don't think, to finish this game by buying Zorbaz. Could even sell out of his own stock if he wanted to, and get to the buy a little bit more quickly. But instead, Zorbaz buys those 2 stock at double price, and now needs another 550,000 or thereabouts to finish this game up.
Sorbas has no chance of winning, but what he can do is just drag the game long enough for the tiebreaker to matter. And hopefully someone in the other groups manage to finish the game quicker.
Oh, I'm being told that your levels are too low, so I'm going to turn you up by a lot.
I'll try to speak louder.
That's any better.
I do have a tendency to mumble quite a bit.
No, apparently you were just too quiet on my stream, so I've turned you up a little bit. So hopefully that fixes it. Classy is building that second Offworld at the colony. Seems like a big mistake, and this one is a big mistake because this is an expensive Offworld with that $130 steel. He's making a lot of steel, but even so,
it's just not worth it. I mean, at this point,
it's really not.
Classy can
Well,
even.
he has the 100% as well. He has the 100%. So as soon as he realizes that, he's got the buy on Zorbaz. He doesn't need to actually cancel it. He has the buy now, has the red button, and Classy takes his second game of this tournament. He joins ESPR on 2 wins out of 3 games, and a very well played game, a very high quality game, as we were expecting from these players.
Yep, except for Sorbas. The shipping is very questionable, I have to say.
The shipping was, I mean, it's too much shipping.
That's just too much shipping. Like, if you
I'm afraid.
If you have gonna find there and you have to ship that long, perhaps you shouldn't find there. You should reconsider your location a bit. But
what we said about this location to begin with for Zorbaz. I mean, he had the iron nearby for him to make steel, which was very important for him in the early game. Steel started high, so he needed that. But again, as soon as you go into anything else, as soon as you go into anything that needs water, as soon as you go into anything that needs silicon, you're just not going to have those resources nearby, or enough of those resources nearby. And the result is this rainbow of shipping lines right here.
Yeah, and I think the core sample, like you can always cross your finger by a core sample. Just try to look around, like where can I find some silicon? Actually, just dig bed, just on the cliff on the southwest of him. So if you just dig some water there, he'll be in very good position. Just southwest.
Yeah, absolutely.
And silicon might be tougher, but you know, it's not that bad to ship 1 silicon tile from far away. It's not ideal, but it's not too bad. But
Yeah.
shipping water far away is really something you should avoid at pretty much at all costs.
Yeah, and they were 3 water tiles at one point as well.
Yeah.
So that was fully 8 water a second going all that way across the map. So much shipping, and not really any way to support that other than to get his entire rest of his production over to power, which means that you don't make very much money overall.
Yep. But otherwise, I think the game was pretty solid, played by ESPL, Classy, and even Relic. He missed out on some patterns, but I don't think he did
just have a look at
that bad.
Classy's optimizations. I think that's the most optimizations I've ever seen in a single game of Offworld.
27.
27.
Classy had like 4 optimization at one point, so 4 optimization centers. So that's quite impressive.
If he was an elite, he would have had 6 extra claims from his optimizations. The
and it would
6
take
perfect optimization.
It would take half the amount of time. So maybe we all have been playing Elite Run. We all should have go for like 4 optimization centers. And
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's game number 3.
Okay.
Let's head on out into game 4. So what's happening in the other games? So the Samurai win Group B, so that's his first win over Mr. X, Blip, and Ian. And then the game in Group A, what's happening there? Alex and Bloodknock between them battling over that. And Good Eye Sniper as well, actually. It's pretty close between all of them.
Well, Good Eye Sniper did play a pretty good game, like in the games that we've seen.
Yep, he did,
so,
absolutely.
So it's not surprising that he won.
He hasn't won quite yet, but he seems like he's ahead. So, he taking that one. Yeah, 6 extra claims if he were an elite for Classy in that game. That's quite something. Elite's one of the forthcoming factions in the expansion that's going to be released quite soon.
And quite frankly, most of us haven't quite figured out how to play that faction.
Yeah, I don't think really anyone has quite yet. It's a big change to the game.
I'm gonna put a break in my stream right here.
Okay.